Hi there, it's Diane Michael with the Callan Group, and if you're watching this video, that means that you're even more interested in the Business in a Box program. Part of the Q&A today is going to focus on prospect rebuttals. A lot of people ask, what are some of the rebuttals that people come up with when you approach them about creating a custom email newsletter for their business? The main rebuttal that I hear is that they say they do not have an email database. Well, I have a very quick story about a shutter company that I've been working with for almost 2 years now. They've been in the area for, I think, 15 years, and they said they had no email addresses and said, we'll start collecting them, but we don't have any. And I said, well, would it be okay if I went to each one of your computers in the office and exported the address book out of your Outlook? And they said, well, yes, but some of them will be clients, but most of them will be family members and friends. And I said, well, don't you want to sell to your family members and friends? And they said, yes. And I said, oh, and what about that Rolodex? And there was this big Rolodex that was from like the 1980s sitting on his desk. I said, may I take that for 2 weeks and then bring it back? If you need an email or a phone number while I have it, just call me up and I'll get back with you same day. He says, well, why would you do that? And I said, well, aren't those vendors and possible prospects and clients? And he said, but I haven't talked to them in years. And I said, even more the reason to contact them now. After 2 weeks of going in and grabbing the email addresses and uploading them, he had 900 contacts. After that, he realized the importance of email addresses. And he is now up to about 1,500 emails because he goes to expos all the time. They're in the community all the time. They get it from every new customer they have, and people also refer the newsletter, which adds them to the database. So it's definitely a rebuttal, but you have to start somewhere. I've had clients start with 0 email addresses, where basically I give them comment cards for a week, and then it's up to them to get those comment cards filled out. But everyone has to start somewhere. Email addresses are very important to keep retention and referrals. And each email address can turn into money because that's another person coming back to you for service or coming back to a business rather. So if you hear that as a rebuttal, educate them on how important it is to have people's email addresses, especially the way that direct mail has changed. People are really going more towards direct mail and email, and the paper side is still good, but a lot of us don't like that and are constantly recycling, just like the yellow pages. So it's one of those things that they should be doing. So that's an opportunity to educate and let them know that they don't have to start with a bunch at first. Another rebuttal would be that I already do it myself. That's a perfect opportunity to then find out, okay, tell me more. How often do you do it? How many people do you send to? Who do you go through? Because there's all these national companies. How long does it take you to create it? Do you get a lot of opt-outs? Do you see a return on it? After you gauge that information, then you can explain to them, okay, well, it sounds like it's working for you. It sounds like you only do it once every 3 months. You're paying monthly because that's how the national companies work. Do you think if you did it once a month, you'd get a higher return? And the answer is always yes. But they don't have the time. So that's the opportunity to explain that you're a ghostwriter, that it's a turnkey program, that it's a custom program. And then, look at the opportunity also to our program where we offer for $75 a month. If you write the content and you provide the graphics, that you become the architect. And depending on how many email addresses they're sending out, that may save them not only the time in creating it, but it will save them money. Sometimes they have less email addresses, so maybe they'll be paying more, but in that respect, they're keeping the money locally because you're a local business and they are a local business. So the money's going to rotate within hands more times than it would if it goes to a national company. Another rebuttal that I've heard is I don't have enough money. And I don't have a response for that. If they don't have between $200 and $300, which is where our program's listed currently, if they don't have between $200 and $300 to invest in retention and referrals on a program that will take them less than 5 minutes a month, they're not an ideal client. Some will, some won't. so what? It's one of those things that the program is built for, and the price is built for small business owners so that everyone can afford it. And it's a great program. And some of our reps say, hey, try it out for 6 months, pay a little bit extra per month, and if you don't like it, we can go our separate ways. It is the most affordable direct marketing that will go into the inbox, that will go into the phones of the business's customers. It's direct target, it's direct marketing, and it's the most affordable. I haven't found any marketing that's like it. So if you do, please contact me about it, because it is truly referrals and retention business. Other than that, the rebuttals that I receive really aren't that many. It's really all about getting that relationship, getting the meeting, and then asking a lot of questions and finding out what their needs are, who their database is, and being able to immediately come up with strategy for them to produce not only relationship building for them and their customers, but revenues. So those are some rebuttals, and I really don't have that many more. And if I come up with more, or if I think of more, I will definitely put a part 2 to this. So thank you for your interest in the Business in a Box program. You can contact me directly by checking out our website, thecallangrp.com. My information's on there. And again, thank you for the interest in the Business in a Box program.